Back in LA, via Louisville, via Chicago. Stopped in to check the vibes at Hallis Hall. Hope they're better than my hair today. We got a big show. I'm going to tell you about Eberflus Apiary, okay? I am a sponsor of this. I'm a big hype girl for this. I got to talk to and meet, really, Coach Eberflus for the very first time. Big dad energy. George Clooney, you tell me. We also will have DJ Moore on the show. Those interviews in full right here, right now, on TV, on YouTube. I'm really deep into the comments today, so if you guys want to talk to me, want to talk shit to me, whatever you feel, hit me up at Up and Adam Show in the YouTube comments or on Twitter. We also are going to talk to the stars of the NFL that are just coming in. Cooper DeJean, or Cooper DeJohn for you Eagles fans. Okay, I feel you. And then also Dominic Cooney, Niners starter? From Chicago, love that. I have a question for everyone. I'm trying to find cigars to send to someone for a 40th birthday. I don't want to send alcohol. I'm trying to deliver them, literally drone them into a golf course and do something very nice for my brother who's turning 40. Are Cuban cigars illegal? Question number one. Why are they illegal? Why are they kind of illegal is what I'm hearing. Two, what is I'm looking for the Ace of Spades or the Dom Perignon of cigars. What is the best, most special kind of cigar, and what is that going to cost me? What should I go with? Somebody said Cohiba. By somebody, I mean Kat, wrangler of talent here at FanDuel. Cohiba, that was it, right? A Cohiba. Is a Cohiba the best I can do? Where do I get them? Is Chicago somewhere that I can find a cigar today? That is my mission. Also finding a place to live. But we want to start our show before we get to all these great guests with what is going on in Houston, a place I've never been but visited many times. And it seemed like everybody and their mom wants to be a Houston Texan lately. And apparently that includes J.J. Watt. Listen to what he had to say at this charity event this weekend in response to Texans head coach DeMeco Ryans this week.
I told DeMeco last year, I said, don't call unless you absolutely need it, but if you ever do call, I'll be there. But he knows not to call unless he absolutely needs it. This is the last year I'll tell him that, because I'm not going to keep training the way I've been training, but he knows that if he ever truly does need it, I'll be there for him.
I need him now. I need to make that call right now. Anytime you get, if J.J. Watt's ready to go, I'm ready to go.
So when I first heard JJ say it, I was like, yeah. We asked Calvin Johnson about it. Yeah. Not going to happen. But then hearing DeMeco, I'm like, is there a chance here that this actually happens? The big meaning in all of this, of course, isn't about this actually happening, but the thought in JJ's mind, the fact that we're seeing Houston be a place that people want to go, something that we've seen with the Lions in the past couple of seasons. It's incredible in such a short period of time. I just want to give H-Town some love here. What has happened under the tenure of Nick Caserio, who I think deserves the credit here. He inherited a hapless, hopeless situation in 2021. This roster was decimated. The Deshaun allegations began 2 months after he got there and took the job. That's what he got on his plate. And he didn't even have a first or second round pick in the first draft. This was brutal for Caserio. We know the DeMeco hire and Stroud pick were the biggest part of the turnaround, but I want to dig into the Watson trade here just for a second to start the show, because out of this draft, we finally have a full picture of the absolute heist that Caserio pulled on the Cleveland Browns. He ditched Watson for what has turned into a 12-player haul, including Defensive Rookie of the Year Will Anderson, budding star wide receiver Tank Dell, and he capped it off by parlaying some of those picks from Cleveland into the package that reels in the big fish, Stephon Diggs. The Texans, they've had some success before. This is the first time in franchise history that they have been the fun team to root for. They've never really been called, even in the Arian Foster, but never really like the fun team. And a team that has legitimate expectations to contend in the AFC. Bonkers to say and consider after where things stood 3 years ago. And hat tip to our guy Caserio for what he's pulled with the Texans. Excited for their schedule release, excited for all of the things, their new draft, seeing where Stroud goes and where he takes it this year. Budding media superstar, C.J. Stroud. So excited about all those things. We started our show with the Texans. Want to know why? Because we can. We do whatever we want around here. Okay, and when you're a Chicago Bears fan, you are looking at a team like that, like the Texans, like the Lions in your own NFC North, and you're saying, this is what I want. This is what I want to be, and it can happen overnight, and it can happen that quickly. And the expectations are pretty high right now for Chicago. I got to stop by Hallis Hall. Thank you to the Chicago Bears for being so incredible and easy and welcoming and wonderful. I was there this week, and I got to meet their head coach, Matt Eberflus, who's been there for, it's his 3rd season now. Bit of a mystery of me heading in. I didn't know much about him. I learned about him. I learned about honey, beekeeping, wholesome vibes, and how he's sort of approaching this upcoming season. Here is my visit with Coach Flus. Everyone calls him Flus, but I've never met you. Nice to meet you, Coach Eberflus. How are you?
Nice to meet you. I'm doing well, thank you.
Good. I mean, there's a lot to talk about. The whole city is buzzing about one thing and one thing only, and that, of course, is your facial hair. Let's get into it.
I thought you were going to say something else.
Well, we'll get to Caleb Williams. Okay. No, this is about you and the facial hair. I mean, you're getting comparisons. Look at this. To George Clooney. Do you pay attention to these things? Are you aware of the fan reaction to your beard?
Yeah, it was really my wife's idea to grow it out, so I did it as a favor to her, and I don't look like George Clooney. I got a face for radio, as they say.
Everyone is saying, stop. Everyone now is saying that you can't get rid of the beard because it's just the thing, and ever since you had it, we get Caleb, we get Rome. Like, you're not going to be able to get rid of that thing, Coach.
Well, I mean, personally, it's less maintenance, so I do like it.
Okay, we love that. You can focus on exactly. Shane Waldron and those 2 tight end sets you're going to be running out. We love that. Speaking of your lovely wife, spotted you guys at the Derby over the weekend. I was there. You're wearing Gucci shoes. You're like very put together. Who gets the credit for your outfit?
Yeah, it's my wife again, of course. And I got 2 daughters. So
Shout out to Kelly.
And my daughters.
Okay.
I got 24 and 18-year-old daughters, so they're kind of into the fashion thing. So.
How was the Derby? Were you able to let loose for a second, or were you thinking about stuff in your head?
No, it was a blast. It was the first time that we went, and 150th, and I was just amazed at the horses, how fast and how athletic, and it was amazing.
Let's talk about your coaching. 2 decades, one of the premier coaches in the sport, college level through, obviously, your 3rd year of being here with the Bears. What is, if you were to summarize it in like one sentence, what is your biggest lesson of your first 2 years?
Yeah, I would just say to stay the course. Just really just stay the course and believe that your process works, and stay to that. And we've done that. Ryan and I have been lockstep all the way, and it's going to be exciting this year.
Talk to me about Caleb.
Yeah, so Caleb, just getting to know him over the past few months, he's been awesome. He's all about football. Obviously we all know he can spin it, and it's exciting to get through this process with him. And again, there's no shortcuts, there's no easy way. You got to go through the steps, and we're excited about getting that started. What's
something about him that not that you wouldn't expect or surprised you, but something that in your eyes sort of sets him apart?
Yeah, I would just say that when he's with the guys, he's really funny and has a really good way about him.
Okay.
And he's at ease in his own skin. So I think that he's going to be really good in the locker room.
How's he going to handle like a OG Keenan Allen who's coming in here? DJ Moore is a wonder. He's going to be a stud for you. Like, I don't need the ball. I don't want. But Keenan's going to want the ball. He's got, you got the Colt Kmet over here barking. How's he going to handle that?
No, he's going to be fine. I mean, those guys are starting to get a rapport together. They've been hanging out, off site and all those things, but it's going to be good.
Congratulations. Like, I feel like that we should have started the interview with that. Just the vibes around the city. I saw what happened at Wrigley. I grew up in Chicago. I know what this must feel like as far as new energy in the building. And you and Ryan Poles have to have a real specific kind of relationship to make it work. How would you describe that relationship right now?
Yeah, it's been great. We of course knew each other before we got hired here, and we started that relationship a while back, and we stand for the same thing. We talk about, we both love football. We know it's about hard work. We know we have to get talented people in here, and we have to hold them to a standard. And the standard is playing the right way. And that's really what it's all about, and being authentic. And that's what we've been trying to do, and we're trying to get that done.
I was trying all morning to figure out the Shane Waldron connection. Obviously comes from McVay. You just mentioned you and Poles knew each other. Did you know Shane before? How did you two even meet? Was it just a straight up interview process like ZipRecruiter?
Yeah, well, I don't know about ZipRecruiter, but it's we did not know each other before.
Yeah.
We had some acquaintances. He worked obviously for Bill Belichick. I worked for Saban, so we kind of have the same type of background.
Unique, though, to hire somebody you don't really know much before.
Yeah, but we always say your tape is your resume, and I've always enjoyed watching his tape and respected it, and that's really why I got the job.
Let's talk about Saban. I want to go to Toledo there for a second. You were a linebacker.
Linebacker, yeah,
and
I played for him.
You coached up the safeties, I believe, right, at Mizzou.
Yes, yep.
Right. So I have a little bit of this, and then, you know, College Football Hall of Famer Gary Pinkel, Mizzou connection there.
Yep.
How did playing under those two sort of shape you?
Oh, just great. I mean, I still use, I mean, those guys are Hall of Famers, you know, and I still use a lot of their principles, you know, and the core values that it takes to win games and build a good football team. And, you know, Coach Saban's, you know, took over the Toledo program. We won the MAC championship that year when I was a player. And then being with Coach Pinkel for 17 years, you know, as a player and a coach, just disciplined, attention to detail. You know, his mentor was Don James. They both played for Don James at Kent. So it's just a fabulous way to come up in the, you know, in the football coaching ranks.
Brady got roasted on Netflix. It was wild all week long. If Saban were to be on that panel roasting you, what would he go after most?
I don't know. Probably just my intensity, I would say. He'd probably
Yeah.
go after that a little bit. But
That's what I
he's
hear.
pretty intense too, though.
Honestly, I hear you're a very intense guy. I don't see it ever. How do you manage that? Because I don't see, you know, Sirianni's called an intense guy. McVay's called an intense guy. Sean Payton. Well, you keep it together somehow. What is that?
I would say that in between the lines, it gets pretty intense. When I'm outside the lines, I just be myself.
All right, we love that. Anything else we should talk about? Maybe bees? What is this apiary business?
That's cool because I bought a piece of property up here in the North Shore, and it happened to have an apiary on it. And they're like, "Hey, do you want to keep it?" And they're like, "Yes, we would love to keep it because we know my wife and I love to take walks and we love nature, and that's been really good." And we actually harvest the honey, and actually bring some of that honey to work and, you know, pass it out, and, you know, people here at the House Hall love it. So
I want some honey. I can't. What did you learn about bees and honey?
Oh, not much. Just
Just collecting and
just
distributing.
That it tastes good and they're fun to watch. So
I love that. Rome gets taken. We should just mention him here. It's not only Caleb coming to the building. Of course, some really great signings you guys have done together as a team. You're a defensive-minded guy. Why Rome over a defensive talent? Because you guys didn't reach for that till
great question.
mid-round.
You know, we were going to take the best player there, and we felt that Rome was that. And, you know, there's nothing wrong with having more talent, you know. So when you can distribute the ball to the talent, they can make things happen. You know, take a short pass and take it a long way, and, you know, conversions on 3rd and 4th down in the red zone. So if we're going to get the best talent, we're going to acquire that. So that's what Ryan and I did.
I don't even know who the wide receiver one is on this offense.
Yep, we don't either.
Yeah, and there we go. And take that, all you NFC North teams that added safeties. Take that, Xavier McKinney and the Lions with back-to-back corners. And here comes DJ Moore. Wow, you guys run a tight ship around here. They are just one after the other. We appreciate the time. Congratulations and good luck.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Coach. Loved meeting him. DJ Moore coming up. Love talking to him. My old friend. The Panthers are coming to town. Schedule release just around the corner whenever, I don't know, Goodell gets around to releasing that thing. We'll be here to chew on that, of course, right here on Up and Adams. We've got a big show. Dominic Pooney on the program, Cooper DeJean on the show. But to just give the vibes, I think, for a second from Chicago and look at some of these YouTube comments. There's a lot of, like, comments about, like, this feels very Chip Kelly, Eagles, whatever team. Like, no, it doesn't. None of them are saying it. People are trying to make something out of nothing. These players are just excited and hyped, and so is the city. I don't think there's any, like, grandiose expectation we're going to roll over people. I think they're excited, and they should be. So let's, like, stop with the arrogance of a DJ Moore, and you'll see that interview coming up about him being, you know, wanting to face the Packers. Of course he does. Now he's not going to face triple coverage every snap, okay? Maybe he can go one-on-one with Jair, and that might be fun. Like, they might win one against the Packers, and then we got a little something. So I'm excited about it. There's a lot of excitement about the offense. So, you know, Coach and TJ Edwards, sort of sitting with them, defensive-minded coach, guy who is with Philly, local boy, of course, grew up there at Lake Villa in the Illinois area. We'll show you that interview tomorrow. What I realized in, like, driving to Lake Forest, driving to Hallis Hall, you think defense when you're driving there. You really do. When you walk in, you see, and you think defense. And the defense on right now doesn't get talked about enough, and I wanted to spotlight that. The defense ranked 29th through the first 11 weeks of the season. They weren't great, but as I mentioned to Coach, as you heard, they ranked number 1 over the final 7 weeks. The run defense also went from 31st, bottom of the barrel a year ago, to number 1 last season. And I don't know why we don't talk about it. And they had a lot of new additions last year. TJ Edwards told me that him and Jermaine Edmonds just getting started as far as chemistry and building off of each other, making each other better. It took a little time to gel, but if Coach Flus has this defense playing the way that it did to end the year, it's going to play into a huge part in getting this team to the playoffs. A huge part maybe even in taking all the pressure off of the offense. So when I am hearing these pesky little Packer fans who I love, and you know that I love you, saying, oh, DJ Moore didn't have 100 yards against us in 2 games or whatever, like, different team, different offensive coordinator. They brought in so many weapons, and the defense wasn't playing up to snuff and what they were at down the stretch last year. So things are going to be different. Things are going to be different this year for Chicago, I fully believe. And Hamilton, if I can just do we have to go? Do we have any time? I'll talk to Hamilton at the break. There's not like there's no air of arrogance. There's no air of heightened expectation. I think Chicago's kind of impressing me too, because they really are just sort of embracing the moment. The theme that I kept hearing in reference to their quarterback, they're very thoughtful about how they're talking about him. It is not like they are, and it's the humanity of the person is first. Like, they're talking about what a good locker room guy he's going to be. There's a lot of, and people are gonna, every time this happens in the NFL, they're gonna connect it to Justin Fields. And when DJ Moore will tell you on our show that anticipation is what sets him apart, and everyone knows that that was a weakness and something that was criticized with Justin Fields. Oh, that's shade. It's not at all. I mean, DJ Moore was sad to see Justin go. Let's not forget that. But I do like the turn page. It's not like, they're ready to accept him, bring him in. They're ready to, hand him his rookie mistake, his welcome to the NFL moment. I think the locker room, starting with Jalen Johnson, who was on our show, even though all of his shit got misconstrued, as we know, they're going to handle and help him, and Coach Eberflus is up to the task.
Yeah, no, I really do think Coach Eberflus, you saw there, you talked about the intensity, but you talked about how he's able to control it too. And I do really think his personality meshes well with all of the expectations that are going to be thrown on this team now because of all the talent that they have. I actually got to spend some time with Eberflus at Missouri when I was a student coach. Mm-hmm. He was the defensive coordinator, and he's a tremendous person and a tremendous leader. And I'm excited about this Bears season. I genuinely am.
Somebody likened him to Michael Scott, which I thought was great.
We're not going to say who.
He's just fun. I don't know how to explain him. He's got intense eye contact, and it's in the way that all NFL coaches do. So like, that's like your dead giveaway of that. But he is kind of quiet. Like, he's kind of a mystery, I think. And I don't know how much, the most fascinating thing to me is, we'll take a break here. Let's actually go to break. We'll talk about it in the YouTube break. We'll be back, guys. We've got much more to go on the show. I'm seeing your comments rolling in. We are loving being back live in LA. Up next, you'll hear from DJ Moore. How many yards does he want? He had 1,300 something last year. Now he's not going to face triple coverage. Is he a wide receiver 2 in fantasy? I don't even know. 2 overall wide receiver. Let's look at rankings. What's that website that I couldn't think of it this morning on my drive-in, Hammy, that we always used? Why can't I think of it?
Fantasy Pros.
Fantasy Pros. Why couldn't I think of it?
Yeah.
Let's look at where do you think DJ Moore's going?
I would guess like 5th at receiver.
Should we go PPR? Let's go half PPR.
Yeah.
Half PPR.
Yeah, half.
Let's
I
go
like
half
going
PPR,
half, yeah.
and let's do. You think he's going where?
I think he's going 5.
Okay. Where's DJ? He is ranked. This is some bullshit. 22.
What are we doing here?
22. Because I think, well, it's an interesting argument. It is mouths to feed versus being open and being a true number one. It is the overreaction to Keenan and Rowe. So that's what you have to figure. Like, but he got 1,300 last year with how many quarterbacks? What are we?
Yeah, and I guess also,
he's more likely to have 1,400 yards again than he is to have 9, right?
I think so, and I guess there's also factoring in the rookie quarterback thing. But as you've seen, like those rookie quarterbacks like to feed the number one as much as possible.
I don't think that's it. I don't think
security
it's going to be.
blanket, so.
I don't think it's because of Caleb, right? Because that you're just you think we can all agree Caleb is an upgrade on Justin Fields in this situation, this OC, all of that. So we're upgrading that. So I think it all comes down to mouths to feed. I mean, okay, can I tell you some of the players who we love that are going ahead of him? Mike Williams.
Yeah, go for it.
Mike Williams. That's a true
Love
number
Mike Williams.
2.
And if he's healthy, but you got to factor that into this too with what's going on with him. I'm not drafting Mike Williams ahead of DJ Moore, that's for sure.
Drake London.
The Kirk bump, but again, like that's all on potential. We haven't seen it from Drake yet. He should have a better year, but we've seen it from DJ Moore time and time again.
Chris Godwin, Tyler Lockett. Chris Godwin. Okay, because we can't clown on it unless it's. But Keenan Allen is 12.
Man, that's interesting. The perception there.
Tickle the old ivories for Keenan Allen on there. How did he weasel that ranking?
Again, I love Keenan, but I feel like this is just the sign.
DJ Moore
this really
is my
shows how
wide
nationally
receiver.
disrespected DJ is.
DJ Moore is my wide receiver 1 in fantasy this year. Let's cut this out and put it on the old Twitter machine. Sitting here with the wide receiver 1 in my heart always, DJ Moore. Good to see you. Haven't seen you since Super Bowl. How are you?
I'm doing amazing. How are you?
Yeah, good. What are we doing here at Hallis today?
We just finished up phase 2 practice. It was real good.
Who's throwing you the ball?
Tyson Bagent and Brett.
Okay, I love that. And how are they feeling? Everything's good?
Everything's good. Everything's all smiles and laughters right now until we go against the defense.
Until you go against a tough defense. A defense, by the way, that over the last 7 weeks of the season was best in the NFL, allowing 15.5 points per game, I believe. I feel like we don't talk about the defense enough, DJ.
Right. And they shouldn't get all the shine. You know, the offense put up all the points. Sorry to TJ and all them guys, but, they did help us win games down the stretch, though.
Wrigley Field was unhinged over the weekend. You were there, yet somehow I feel like you were doing your best to not be seen. Why do you do that, DJ?
I let everybody else get their shine. I try to float to the back, and
you
that's
look
me
like
always.
Did you see the Jumbotron and hide?
And I seen the Jumbotron and froze up. Like, maybe if I stop, they won't see me.
Yeah, I asked your coach about this threat of wide receivers. I guess maybe Miami, but is there a better trio in the NFL right now? Let's be honest.
We could say Miami, but I feel like we can all do different things. So
yeah, what has Rome got?
He got that smoothness to him. When we worked out, I seen it a little bit. So I can't wait for him to get here and show us more.
How are you going to handle? I mean, you're the veteran here on this team in that wide receiver room. Keenan coming in.
There you go. That's
is he the veteran? How does that work? Because you've been here longer. So what is that? What is that negotiation?
Yeah, but in terms of years in the NFL, he's the vet, and I'm the vet.
Can I tell you something? He's not hiding from the Jumbotron.
Well, yeah, he don't need to.
He's grabbing the microphone and singing a song, if anything. What sets Caleb apart?
His anticipation. I think I said that recently. When we was working out, he had the ball right there on the money before he even turned around.
Shane Waldron. Let's just talk about everybody here, all the new additions.
Yeah.
Why does it make you smile like that, DJ?
Because I seen the way he distributed the ball throughout Seattle, and then his ways of doing it here is going to be amazing.
What's it going to be like? Are you the kind of person at this point in your career where you're like, I'll get my 1,000 yards, I don't care? Are you going to be okay with a lower stat line because there's more mouths to feed now? Like, how do you handle that?
We all eat, I feel like it's going to be a race to 1,000 between the receivers in the room, so it should be amazing.
Yeah, who do you think's barking the most between Keenan and Rome? Not you, right? I don't feel like you're going to bark for the ball.
Nah, I don't do none of that. I just let the play do it, and whatever happens, happens. But we'll see between everybody who start barking first.
Wow, it's going to be a race to 1,000 yards. I love that. Your GM, Ryan Poles, he said that the quote was that Caleb Williams has a glue component. He's got an ability to bring guys together in a locker room. Do you agree?
We'll see when he get here.
Yeah.
I feel like he's a likable guy, and I think everybody's going to gravitate to him when he gets here.
Did you see that the Panthers are coming to town this year?
Yeah, I seen that again.
And what did you think when you saw that?
It's another game on the schedule. That's what I thought of it.
That's not true. DJ, that's just a blatant lie.
For now, it is.
What are your thoughts on that? Are you excited? We don't know when it is yet.
I'm excited for it again. I didn't have the game I wanted, so maybe I have a way better game.
What do you want out of this year? You've been doing this a long time. 1,000 yards, 1,000 yards, 1,000 yards. What's important to DJ Moore these days?
Just making the playoffs. Just showing the growth that we had over the past year. So making the playoffs, 10 wins, having 1,000 yards could come second.
You know, the NFC North, what I noticed, they really beefed up their secondary. Have you noticed that?
Who?
The Lions, they took 2 corners back to back. Xavier McKinney's in Green Bay now.
That's nice.
Yeah? How do you feel?
Yeah. I don't feel no way about it. They just there.
Part of you's got to be happy. Last year you faced a lot of, I'm just going to call it triple coverage. What can I expect out of a DJ Moore that's going one-on-one with somebody? Like 1,600? Come on.
Oh, some more excitement out of it. You know, we got people on the field that you can't just double team or somebody else is going to be open, making it a game for themselves, like the Thursday night game I had.
Oh, tell me about that. What do you mean?
Either any one of us could go off and have a game like that if you put man-to-man on us.
Yeah, you and Jair I would love to see again. That's what, if we're talking schedule release for the Bears, those are the 2 games I'm circling.
I'm looking forward to Green Bay too, though.
Yeah, are you?
Yeah.
Why?
Just the whole aura and stigma with that game is something to want to be a part of.
What's your best advice for Rome?
Just come in, have fun, and get ready to work.
Do y'all talk as like vets, like take it easy? I hear a lot of like, we'll see when Caleb gets here. Is there a world where you have to earn it?
Yeah, you got to earn it through the dog days, but
what does that look like?
We all know that they can play. We just got to see it when they're tired and everything. So that's going to be the main point.
You're the best. Thanks for stopping by. We have an audience watching us. Anything else we should ask?
No.
I feel like you don't have a question for him. Come ask him a question. What should I bother him about? Why are you talking trash about the defense? Is the problem? Was I not right? Y'all were the #1 defense for the last 7 games of the season. That's what I say. Those are the numbers, DJ.
That's nice.
What do you mean?
Because they be getting torched at practice by us, so it's all right.
Do you guys are getting torched at practice? No chance. Hey DJ, what's your nickname?
When TJ comes up, he can tell you.
TJ, what is the nickname? The Lamborghini. Isn't that a good thing? Oh, I thought it was going to be something like embarrassing to him.
No.
Wait, I love that you and Tej are just going at it and you guys haven't even done anything. So it's the Hitman and the Lamborghini?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I don't know any of this.
Flus gave us the nicknames.
Yeah, and tell me about Flus because I just met him. Seems like a great guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's amazing. He's funny.
He's got dad energy.
Yeah, he has that dad energy, dad jokes and all. It's funny to see and describe. It's hard too.
He said he gets intense. I don't see it.
He gets intense.
When?
Maybe not all the time, but in the meetings and on the field, he gets intense. It might be a quick intense, but he gets intense.
All right.
It's like a minute and then
DJ, when do you get intense? Facing the Packers?
Yeah, and facing TJ Edwards.
Gosh, TJ's getting a lot. TJ!
Yeah.
TJ's looking lean here in the off-season workouts. We're going to talk to TJ in a bit. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
No, like Marissa just wrote in the thing. That's nice. That's nice. He doesn't. People calling him like arrogant on Twitter. I'm dying about it. Like he doesn't even want to be called the Lamborghini. Like he doesn't want any shine. It's probably why Hamilton, his ranking is perennially low, as we all know, and all the dude does is reel in 1,000 yards with Bajan throwing him the ball. So, like, what? He wouldn't even take the bait. You know how hard I had to push him on, like, Carolina come into town, excited about that? No, just a regular game. Like, he's so humble. He won't talk. Yeah. So that's why I kept going back to TJ, because I never see DJ like that. TJ and DJ, the Lamborghini and the Hitman, coming to theaters near you. Like, I feel like I never see the jawing. And it's so funny because this dude literally is hiding. They're on the Jumbotron living their best. And he's like Ned Flanders or Homer Simpson into the brush. Like, he does not want to be seen. The loudest thing about him was that Chrome Hearts neon hoodie.
Yeah, and it's funny because it's so different than so many other wide receivers that we see, right? And he did, but you can tell he has that confidence though. Like he did have to bring up, that game against the Commanders, that Thursday night game, just to give you a reminder, Yeah,
and we talked to him about that at Super Bowl too. We were trying to get, I think Jamar or T. We're trying to get T to join the crew there. But does the humbleness affect his thing? I mean, I did ask Coach, as we just heard. I asked Coach, you know, who's the wide receiver one, and he said, I don't know. This Shane Waldron character, by the way, so I'm at the facility, and I knew we couldn't interview Shane, but I said, can I just say hi to him? I've never met him. Can I say hi? And he was like madman at work in the lab, like could not be bothered for a hello. So he's in his bag, and that was the good answer, like because he's got the pressure of the world, I believe, on his shoulders.
Yeah, it really is. It is so much on him, even more than Eberflus in a way, because, you know, the excitement over all these weapons over Caleb, it's really on him to make it all work and keep everybody happy too.
Yeah. We're going to talk to Cooper DeJean after this. We're going to obviously hit you guys and talk to you in the YouTube break. We're going to take a TV break. If you guys are watching on FanDuel TV, we'll be back. But head over to YouTube. Check us out. Subscribe. Hang out. We'll bring you guys the TJ Edwards interview tomorrow, as well as, who am I missing? TJ and who?
Cole Kmet.
Cole Kmet! Oh, gosh. Hamburger helper hands.
Yeah.
First of all,
that picture is unbelievable.
I understand the over-sexualization of that, like going on Twitter. But if you guys, and let's not pretend, I'm not new to this game, kids. Like I've been around quarterbacks and big hands, and like I see it. It wasn't even about the length of them, because usually it's long, skinny fingers. But this dude, it was like as big as he is, disproportionate to how big he is. Like bigger than Gronk, Gronk. Like I'm talking like stubby, like you put it in the machine with Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, Honey, I Blew Up the Kids, and it just blew up his hand. It was like the Hitch Benadryl face after eating seafood on the date with Eva Mendes, and he needed Benadryl for his hand. It was that big. That's all I'm saying.
The Photoshop somebody did of the hamburger helper guy in his hands.
I know. I was like, oh, we should have thought of that, just to like make it a Mickey Mouse hand the whole time. He's got big mitts, man. I asked him about I don't know if he did it on camera, but Gerald, and he Gerald's bringing some good pedigree there too. I can't believe Cole Kmet's like 25 and the OG, the one holdover. What's the stat from the Pace?
So he's the only offensive starter remaining from Ryan Pace's last game as GM, which is unbelievable to think about. As you said, only 25 years old, and he's the only guy left. 10 other new starters from that last game of the Pace era.
We have a minute, and we're bringing in Cooper DeJean, and I just can't not ask him about. How do I ask Cooper?
It's not easy.
But it's unavoidable.
It is unavoidable. It's a part of his story. It's a part of his legacy now. Do you guys have
questions for Cooper DeJean? I just feel like I want to ask him about rookie minicamp. Isn't rookie minicamp right now? He's in Iowa City. Why? Is rookie minicamp not now? Marissa? Oh. That's exciting. We got Dominic Pooney on the show. Big thanks to DJ Moa. Him and Jair this year. Let's go.
It's going to be next level.
I can't wait.
With the 39th pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Los Angeles Rams select Brandon Fisk, Florida State D tackle.
All right, 50, 53, 161 for 40, 70, 80, and 150. All right, call down. Appreciate it.
1 minute later.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yep, absolutely. Going to Philly. Yeah!
All right, Howie getting that excited that a team passed up on one of his guys. You know he's going to be great because Howie does his thing, and my next guest did his thing all in college. Unanimous All-American from the Iowa Hawkeyes. He can play, honestly, any position on the field, and now he is a Philadelphia Eagle at corner. Cooper DeJean, nice to meet you.
Great to meet you. Thanks for having me.
Of course, excited to talk to you, to get to know you. Then you'll be shutting down these wide receivers and killing my fantasy team's points all year long. I know it's Cooper DeJean, like the pants. That's what I think. Cooper DeJean. But I mean, you've done all this work and having to say what your name really is and pronounce it right, all to go to Philadelphia, where you're only going to be known as Cooper DeJean. What is that like?
I love it.
You do? You're okay with it?
Yeah. The fans are. I love the fans in Philly already. I mean, I've watched from afar, growing up just watching football, but now being a part of it, being in Philly, it's really cool to see the fan support, how crazy they are, and I love it.
What have you seen so far? I mean, you're brand new. I know you just had a rookie mini camp. You're back in Iowa now, but what have you felt from this fan base, DeJean?
I mean, just all the love I get on social media, really all the draft picks, how they supported us, how excited they are. And then I went to a 76ers game this past Thursday when I was out in Philly for mini camp. And they had us on the big screen, and it was really, really cool to see the ovation me and Q got when they showed us. So it was the game was crazy too. It was so loud in there, but it was a lot of fun. It's really cool to see.
Yeah, look at this. Here's this photo. What's going on here?
Yeah, that's us. We had Dom there leading the way, showing us around the arena there.
That's Quinyon Mitchell,
Philly.
right? Another rookie corner.
Yes.
What's it been like to get to know each other? How do your styles of play sort of balance each other out? Are they similar?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're similar in a lot of ways. He's obviously a great player. He can play all over the field. I think really fast, athletic guy. And it's been fun to get to know him so far, and it'll be even more fun to line up with him.
Tell me about
defensive backfield.
Tell me about Big Dom. He's leading the way, lead blocker for life, legend in Philly. What's that like?
He's awesome. It's great guy to be around. We were walking around with him.
Is he
at the
famous?
game and,
Is he so famous? Are people just screaming,
yeah.
Big Dom?
Yeah, me and Q were taking pictures for him with fans.
That's amazing.
It was awesome.
What's the best advice he's given you so far in handling Philly and the Eagles?
I mean, a bunch of advice that I've been getting is just work your tail off, and these fans will love you, They either love you or they hate you, And I'd rather be on the loving side of that.
Yeah,
so,
sometimes both at once. So don't take it too seriously. That it's all from a loving place. So you get taken in the second round, pick number 40 by Philly. Some projections I remember it had you going in the first round. So what was going through your head as the day went on, not getting called day one? What does that do to you, Cooper DeJean, the man?
Yeah, it was. Obviously, I had high hopes and expectations, to get taken on that first day. So there was a little frustration, but I think as long as the way I look at it, as long as I have an opportunity to play football, I'll be happy. And where I ended up, I think it's a great place. Philly, was a place I enjoyed the most when I went on all my visits pre-draft. Just the people in their building, they treat you like family, and it's a really, really special place. I think all the talent we have on offense and defense, so hopefully we can put it together this season.
It was sort of emotional for you at the draft, right? Players get drafted. Let's give some love to your mom here. I can sort of tell what she means to you in this process, but let's give her some love.
Yeah, she really both my parents. I've never really seen my parents cry until I saw them both cry that night. I think they know. They've watched me my whole life. See the amount of work that I put in, and they've supported me 110% the whole way. They've done so much, for me to to get to this point, whether it was growing up driving me places to play basketball or football or baseball, whatever it was. They supported me, and I think for them to see my hard work pay off is really cool for them as well.
You had rookie mini camp. That must have been sort of unreal, but sort of the start of your dream, the start of your journey. You're there. All signs indicate you're playing corner to start. You can do everything, though. Nickel, safety, return man. It's why you were drafted. Have you talked to coaches, or what's been said about sort of your role and how this team plans to unleash that 33? And I love that number. Those are my lucky numbers.
Yeah. Yeah, I've really talked all three positions with them. I worked mostly the nickel and corner position at rookie minicamp, but there's been talks about safety in the pre-draft and returning as well. So wherever they put me, I'll be excited. I'm excited for the opportunity, to start at the corner position.
It's up to you. So corner over safety is what you'd want.
That's where I'm starting out. Yeah. The nickel and corner position, yeah. And
then you're mentioning return. So you and Coach Clay have many conversations over rookie minicamp. You get much time with him?
I didn't spend much time with him now, but we've talked about it a little bit in my meetings with them. So,
do you want a chance to? You want the crack at returning punts in this game? New rules?
Absolutely. Get to touch the ball as a defensive guy. I mean, what more could you ask for, Get out in open space.
I'm so excited for you. I just freaking can't wait, especially with the rule changes. It'll be great. Okay, so this Caitlin Clark thing. We saw the quote flying around. You said you could beat her one-on-one. People thought you were taking shots at her. But after watching the whole clip, which I know, nobody ever watches the whole clip. It happens all, you got to, that's the thing. I wanted to give you sort of a chance to set the record straight. Why were you talking about her, and why did you say what you said?
I mean, I was really just answering the question, but obviously, Caitlin's a special player. She's done so much for women's basketball and the University of Iowa in general. So that I've nothing but respect for her. She took a shot back at me after she texted me and said that she doesn't think that I could beat her. I'll let her say that, but. Yeah, I think it'd be fun though if we got to play each other. Cool.
Do you think you could beat her?
Yeah, I mean, you don't think I could?
I don't know. I don't.
You don't think I could?
No.
I mean, I used to play basketball.
Oh shoot! They're running your highlights. Oh shoot! Oh wait, I didn't know all this. Let's see. Okay, let's talk. Give me your side of. I've seen a lot of Caitlin highlights. I've not seen yours. Talk me through these. Oh snap! Yeah. What?
I mean, I can jump a little bit. Obviously, as you can see from these highlights, I got a little bit of a jump shot too. Not much is shown in here, but I really wanted to play basketball coming into high school. Like I wanted to play basketball in college, but it didn't work out. I stuck with football. Football was probably the better option for me.
So Caitlin wrote back to you and said, no chance. So when are we playing this out? When is this happening?
I don't know. She's pretty busy right now, so I don't know if we'll get to see that.
But you weren't taking shots. All respect to Caitlin, but you think you could beat her. Yeah. I'd like to see it. I'd like to see it happen. Speaking of basketball, did you see this yesterday from Austin Rivers?
I did see that, actually.
Okay. Well,
a bunch of people were tagging in it as well.
What do you make of this? I mean, as someone who can hoop, apparently, one of the best high school players in the history of South Dakota, what do you think of what Austin had to say?
I mean, jeez. I think.
What is that? Why? Oh, geez.
I think there's plenty of dudes who could play basketball at a high level. There's a lot of NFL players. I think you could find 30 to play in the NBA today, right now.
I just love.
You saw Puka playing in the Celebrity All-Star game. Michael Parsons, those guys.
Are you better than those guys? Are you the best? Are you the best NBA? Are you the best basketball player in the NFL right now?
Oh, I don't know about all that.
Who's better?
I don't know much. I was just watching T. Higgins. Someone posted T. Higgins highlights in high school. Those were pretty tough, but I don't know if I'd say all that.
The bird's deep. Oh, you're confident, and I love it. This Eagles team, also very confident, loaded with personality. You, Slay, CJ, GJ. Oh my God, Brandon Graham, my fave. Jordan Davis and his vocal stylings. Like Vic Fangio, I love him. OG, he's got his hands full. Okay, is there somebody that you're already like excited to hang out with or get to know personality-wise, and how do you fit into that group?
Yeah, I think all the guys in the defensive back room. I think there's a lot of different personalities in that room, like you were saying. I'd say I'm more of a quiet, laid back guy. Me and Q really. But it'll be fun to get in there and be around those guys. I was just with Brandon Graham actually talking to him. He was with us rookies.
What was he saying?
Cool
that's a good. Yeah, he's the OG. What did he say? Super Bowl champion there.
He was he was just giving us advice on this first year. Talking about his leadership style, how he's been around for a really long time. So I'm excited to learn from a guy like him.
It's awesome. I think everybody's excited. The producer who produced this interview, Marissa McBride, is Eagles, and she's just, I'm sure, backstage just dying about all of your answers. Perfect answers to all of these questions. Before you were drafted by Howie Roseman, you were drafted by Will Compton. And I'm sure you know that, to a very prestigious team in his it's the all-white team. This was viral back in the season before. This is before you were even drafted. You didn't know where you were going. You were still at Iowa. What did you make of this, and how do you handle, the unavoidable story that has followed you with this?
Yeah, that's it's an honor. First off, Will, thank you. But I mean, I don't really make too much of it being a white guy playing corner. I mean, I learned from Riley Moss, another guy who played really well in college and is now in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
I learned a lot from him. So I think us both, we just go out and play ball. We don't look too much into that. You really can't. I mean, people are gonna talk, obviously, because it's a pretty rare thing, but I don't look too much into it. I just go out and play football.
I think it'll be talked about on the field. Last white corner to start an NFL game was Jason Sehorn in 2002.
Jason Sehorn. I was watching his highlights during the pre-draft process.
Really?
Everybody was talking about him. Yeah. So I had to pull up his highlights, check him out.
So it does come up. What did you make of Sehorn's highlights?
Yeah. He's a baller. He could play. I mean, it was cool to see that.
It's cool to see you. You handled that I don't know how to ask that question, but I felt like I needed to ask it somehow. And shout out to Will Compton. There we go, for giving me a perfect little easy layup segue to bring it up. No, you are so fun and amazing, and I cannot wait to see what you do. Please return kicks. Make it exciting for me. Good luck this preseason. And you get to start your year in Brazil, like WTF.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Enjoy it. It'll be amazing. Cooper DeJean officially. I mean, I feel bad. All the times that somebody's calling your name and you're like, no, it's actually DeJean, and now you're just DeJean forever.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's fine.
It works.
Okay. Great to meet you. Good luck. Enjoy hopefully some off time. And, get after Caitlin Clark, apparently. Up next, a new Niner in town. His name's Dominic Puni! What a great, oh my gosh, those guys in the booth are going to love him. Whirlwind journey to the NFL. Let's go. Great. So can you guys scale it down in script? Hammertron. Austin Rivers.
Hey. Austin Rivers. Got a lot of NFL players mad.
What did he say that Caitlin wrote back to him? No chance. I mean, am I dumb?
Yeah.
Am I dumb? Could he beat her? Is he that good?
I don't know. Those highlights are pretty amazing. He's one of the leading scorers in South Dakota history.
You didn't tell me he was freaking Teen Wolf. Like, God damn. I thought, like...
He was pretty good. He outscored Harrison Barnes. NBA player Harrison Barnes didn't score as many points in South Dakota history as he did.
Is that dumb? No, like throwing my weight behind Caitlin? Are you kidding?
It's a legit question. I would love to see that play out.
Could this cat play in the NBA?
I didn't see it. I didn't see enough of it. Like, all the highlights are dunks, so we didn't really see what his jumper looks like. But I mean, the athleticism's off the charts, and they're definitely NFL players that could play in the NBA. I truly believe that.
I wanted him to say I'm the best. He's very confident.
Yeah, definitely. And when you're asked that by a team, like, because the way it came out, a coach or a team during the draft process asked him if he could beat Caitlin. What are you you want to show the teams you have confidence.
You're not going to say, no, I can't beat Caitlin. Yeah, I get that.
Exactly.
I'm glad we gave him that air.
Yeah.
But I like that she texted him.
I know.
That says a lot about her. I like that.
Yeah.
We got to get that out there. I like that a lot.
Yeah, definitely.
Kay is sniffling. No, I'm not. What are you? No, that's... What?
I also love how Big Dom was the bigger celebrity at the Sixers game.
I knew that. I saw you texted me that after I said it. I didn't see it. And then I was like, Hamilton and I are so... Where I was like, there's no way he wasn't. The fact that he's taking pictures for him. I would have loved to have seen Marissa's face during that portion of the program. I guess I am sniffling. I think because it's freezing in here. I don't know why it's cold in here, everybody, because Chandler Parsons and his 9-year NBA vet ass just walk around in shorts and no shoes in the studio and still wants it to be 34 degrees in here. And so it leads to some sniffling, Chandler Parsons. Insufferable. Let's do it.
San Francisco's 49ers select Dominique Pooney, guard from Kansas.
Next guest lit it up at Kansas last season, earning himself first-team All-Big 12 honors. That success led him to being drafted as the 86th overall pick in the 3rd round by the San Francisco 49ers. Please welcome the most versatile offensive lineman, the most versatile O-lineman, Dominique Pooney. I can't say it differently. Pooney, Pooney, Pooney. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, too. Thank you for having me on.
Thanks for being here. Listen, we posted on our show social that you're going to be on the show, and the faithful are here. They are excited to get to know you. They're already circling you as a starter on this line. Third-rounders don't usually get that kind of love. They're not hearing that. What's the biggest surprise for you from this Niners fan base so far?
How much love they've shown. I wasn't like really – I've never been close to Cali. I grew up in St. Louis my whole life, so, I mean, I didn't know how deep the 49ers faithful was, but, I mean, it's crazy. Just kind of social media wise, how much love I've been getting. It's really cool to see.
You just got to bring those toasted Rabs from STL into that locker room, and everybody will love you. I'm a Mizzou girl. You're a Kansas boy, but we can be friends. It's fine.
Yeah.
I love the Niners. They trade up from 94 to 86. They trade up to scoop you in that 3rd round. When you saw the move, did you have a feeling it was for you?
You actually, like, the TV's a little bit delayed, but you get the call, like, I would say like 2 or 3 minutes before everything happens. So, I mean, it did surprise me because you can see like the next 10 picks, and they were like 7 or 8 away. So I was just like, I mean, they're calling me for a reason, and the fact that they were trading up to get me meant even more to me. So, I mean, it's just the fact that they had that sort of belief in me is pretty cool.
You were an elite left tackle for Kansas last season. Let's take a look here, baby. 0 sacks allowed, 0 quarterback hits. But listen, all indications are the Niners are moving you to guard for this season. I know you've played guard before. Why is guard the place where you're going to be able to shine the most at the next level?
Yeah, I mean, so when I played guard in 22, I felt really comfortable at guard, felt comfortable inside. It was the first year I played it, and I did pretty well. So, I mean, the transition wasn't too crazy for me. And, the 49ers, they got a hell of an O-line. So, obviously, they got Trent Williams at left tackle. So, he's definitely the best left tackle in the NFL. So, I mean, moving me into guard, I have no problem with. Even playing center, I have no problem with. So, I mean, wherever I can help the team is wherever I'll play.
I'm looking at your numbers and figures. 4.4 shuttle time?
Yep.
Are you kidding?
Yep.
Your athleticism is crazy. Like, I wouldn't want to see you pulling if I'm a linebacker.
You won't have to worry about it.
Yeah, that's a good answer. That's fair. Trent Williams, that's crazy. I forget, you just mentioned him, and I'm like, oh my God, how lucky are you that you get to play with like the greatest? You said, I believe, that you mirrored your game after him when you were asked about it at the Combine. When it becomes a reality that Trent is your teammate, what goes through your head?
It's really unbelievable. I mean, the first thing, like my Kansas O-line teammates, they hit me up. They're like, bro, you're about to play with Trent Williams. you understand that? I was like, yeah, like it's crazy. But I mean, in the NFL, like everybody's good. And then there's guys who are just better than good. Like, and there's guys who are better than that. So, I mean, obviously I think he's up there in the echelon of one of the greatest of all time. So, I mean, just the fact that I get to learn from him and just watch him work, just see his habits, is going to be pretty cool.
Will you say, hey, Trent, how do I handle going up against Nick Bosa every day?
Oh, yeah. No, I'm going to ask him everything. Everything I can, I'm going to ask him.
How are you going to handle Bosa?
I'm going to try to give him all. I'm going to try my best to block him. I got to block him. I don't really have no choice.
You got to do your thing. You call yourself the most versatile player coming out in this draft, and I agree with you. So I wanted to see how much of that applies to things outside of football. It's something we're calling punt or poonie. I'm going to give you some scenarios. Quickly answer and tell me if you think you have the diverse skill set to get the job done or if you're punting on it. Now, the Roast of Brady went down last weekend. Kevin Hart was the host. If Kevin canceled for some reason and they asked you to do it, would you have been versatile enough to step up and handle hosting duties at the Roast? Punt or poonie?
Yeah, if you give me some time to prepare for it, yes, I've been able to do it. You're
a pretty funny guy?
I think so. You got to give me some time to prepare for a roast. I got to prepare a little bit.
I love that. Okay, if your best friends are getting married and the person officiating the wedding doesn't show up, are you versatile enough to step in and marry your friends on the spot? Punt or poonie?
Yes, I can do that.
Okay. If a worst case scenario, all the tight ends on the Niners go down with an illness, are you versatile enough to step in and play?
Yes.
Why are you saying yes? Why?
I got great hands. I think I have the best hands on every team I've been on.
Really?
No, not actually, but I think I could catch the ball.
Debo was like, okay. Brandon Ayuk was like, we'll talk about this when you get here. Amazing. So nice to get to know you. How was rookie training camp? Like, the vibes high? Feel good?
Yeah. So I actually leave tomorrow for Cali, so I'm excited for it.
Enjoy it. Say hi to Debo for me. That's a crazy locker room you're walking into. A Super Bowl contender off the bat. Go do your thing. Walk in there and say, I'm the starter at guard. Say what up to Trent Williams. Are you going to be nervous?
Yeah, I think the first day I'll be nervous. I don't think he'll be there.
Yeah, that's true. I'm scared of Trent, so enjoy. Love ya. See ya. Bye, Penny.
Thank you. Bye.